Hello, world. This is Barbie Lee. This is Shake Talk. This is the best breakfast ever. And you're like, what? I'm like, it is. Isogenics are shakes. It is, it's a lifestyle. I don't know what else to say. It's a lifestyle. Yes, I have my Isogenic shake every single morning. I absolutely do. 15 years almost now. Never miss a shake. I have my Ionics. I have my Cleanse. I have so many really great products that feed my body so that I can have all the energy I want. Best breakfast ever. But then there's a network marketing opportunity. Boom! Best breakfast ever. Oh, it's a beautiful thing. It's basically where you get a chance to say yes to the things you used to say no to. So this morning, my topic is, and like, people always ask, like, where do you get all your topics from? I'm like, they just come up in my head, and it's based on conversation I've had with other people. And that's pretty much what happens. So today's topic of conversation is, what are you waiting for? Okay? Everybody's waiting for something, right? You might be waiting for a red light. You might be waiting for a red light to change. You might be waiting for the weekend. You might be waiting for your kids to get off school. You might be waiting for the government to change. You might be waiting for your numbers to be drawn in the lottery, right? Everybody's always waiting for something, right? This is our construct of linear time, right? You all understand? Everybody's waiting for something. So my question is, what are you waiting for? Like, you're like, well, I just answered that question. I'm waiting for the light to turn red or whatever. But why? Like, what's the purpose? What are you waiting for? And you can take this on many different levels, right? Yeah. Are you waiting for the light? Are you waiting for Friday? Are you waiting for your paycheck? Are you waiting to do this? Absolutely, But really, I'm asking you to go a little bit deeper and answer the question, what are you waiting for, right? If you are living your ideal life and everything that you want is right at your fingertips, and there's just very little else that you want in this world, then great. Then I guess maybe you're waiting for death. I don't know. I don't know. I'm always wanting more. It doesn't mean I'm not satisfied with where I am and what I have. It's just I'm wanting more, because there's always more people that I can help with more money, let's say, or there's more people and more sorry, Michelle just said I'm waiting for Prince Charming, right? Good luck. Actually, that's part of the conversation, so I'll get to that one, sweetheart. So now I got sidetracked. Okay, let's talk about waiting for Prince Charming. So my question is, what are you doing while you're waiting for Prince Charming, right? So there's a wonderful piece in The Secret, and this is this deeper level that we go into. Is like, what are you waiting for? Like, why are you putting your life on hold? If you are, not saying you are, but if you are, why? What are you waiting for? So in the movie The Secret, they talk about, waiting for your ideal partner, right? And then the result of that is waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, right? Because I'm waiting for my partner, and the universe goes, okay, I'll keep waiting, right? But if you change it to my ideal partner is here, and you're like, no, he's not. I don't have him or her yet. But you create the space for them. So this is one of the things they said in The Secret is, clear out half your closet, right? Of course, if you want someone to move in with you. If you don't want anyone to move in with you, don't clear out half your closet. But the story was, she was realizing that she was sleeping on, in the middle of the bed instead of on a side of the bed, not leaving any space for a partner. The closet was stuffed with clothes, so she cleaned out her closet. She even started parking on half of the garage. And very quickly, somebody showed up in her life, right? Because she made the space for it. Sorry, Michelle says, watching Netflix and eating bonbons, of course. Ah, yes. Well, that's what a lot of people do, right? How's that working for you? That's what I always ask people. They're like, yeah, I do this. I'm like, how's that working for you? Oh, that's rude. I'm like, no, I'm just curious. How's that working for you? So what are you waiting for? Are you just sitting here, right? I have a lot of friends in what I call the woo-woo world, right? In the esoteric and the new age, new thought wisdom. And some think that they just have to sit and pray about it. That they don't actually have to get their physicalness involved in something. Now, there is abundance of evidence that says, prayer works. If you listen to Dr. Joe Dispenza, he talks about meditation and drawing that to you and finding yourself in the energy field, in the field of possibility. And there's a lot of stuff around that. I'm talking about the everyday, average person who says, well, I'm just waiting to win the lottery, or, I'm waiting for Friday because thank God it's Friday, or do you know what I mean? Like there's so many different levels of it. So let's talk at this basic level. So if you're in this world, your world of it's just okay. You have a job you don't like, maybe your location. Y'all know I don't really care for Edmonton's snow, and we got a lot of it this weekend. Like we got like nearly 12 inches, right, in one day on Saturday. So I'm not a fan of that. So instead of waiting for spring, which a lot of people are now, they're like, oh, it's only, and somebody posted like 126 days till spring. And I was like, I'll be in Mexico for those 126 days because I'm not going to sit and wait for my life to pass me by and not get engaged. And that's what I'm going to challenge you that's why the question is, what are you waiting for? So just put up somewhere, like do a little sticky or something and just put this on. What are you waiting for? And then, you'll start realizing that it's more than just, well, I'm waiting to go to work. Or I was waiting for Barbie Lee to do her shake talk because she said, hey, it's in 15 minutes. I'm waiting for my kids to get off school, or I'm waiting. It's deeper than that, right? What are you waiting for? Are you waiting for some miracle? Just so you know, miracles are all around you every day, all day. So if you're waiting for a sign, signs are around you every day, all day. You just got to be open to see them, right? So what are you waiting for? I know I talked to a lady the other day, and she's like, yeah, I think I'll try that Isagenix program. But you know what, I'm going to wait till the spring. I said, why? Well, I just feel I'd be more successful in the spring. I'm like, are you not going to eat anything between now and the spring? Oh, no, that's ridiculous. Of course I am. I said, then why are you waiting for the spring? I just think I'll be more successful in the spring. I said, I don't understand that. And she's like, what don't you understand? I'm going to wait till the spring. And I said, okay, it's fine. You can start whenever you want. I don't understand what you mean by I'll be more successful in the spring. Well, I sit around a lot in the winter, so I probably won't lose any weight. And I was just like, okay, we're done. Do you know what I mean? She was arguing for her limitations, like, we talked last week on Shake Talk. But really, for people who care, who give a crap about their lives, really ask yourself, what am I waiting for? Like, are you waiting for the political climate to be better? Yeah, good luck with that. Are you waiting for the global pandemic to recede? Yeah, good luck with that. What are you waiting for? I know when this all happened for me back in March, it was really tough. And it was tough for a number of reasons. Like, one is, and the biggest one is, I'm a really social person, right? And all of a sudden, mainstream media made people socializing a bad thing. So who I am to my core, according to out there, was a bad thing. And, people would turn away from me in the grocery store. Oh, no, they did me. They'd part, and move out of your way if you're walking down the aisle and stuff. And I was like, whoa. And that was really hard for me emotionally. Complete strangers, it's not like, whatever. And then I changed my narrative around that. And I said, oh, I'm like the queen in Once Upon a Time, and these are my loyal subjects giving me the path to walk through, because I was feeling terrible about what was going on. And then, I got repatriated from Mexico, and we had to come back, and then I'm locked at home, right? I'm in lockdown for 14 days, don't go anywhere, and then there's no place to go because everything was closed, and if you wanted to go to the grocery store, you had to stand in line, and you had to be inundated with the message. Like, it was so hard. And thank God that I, got together with some people to play pickleball over the summer, because we met 3 or 4 times a week and, had some socialization and got to play, had some exercise, got to play some pickleball. But I know a lot of people who just sat around and waited until the pandemic was over. Well, guess what? We're in November and it's not over. You know, we have our mainstream media talking about, oh, you know, ooh, so many cases, blah, blah. Why aren't they talking about deaths anymore? Ask your politicians. Anyway, because there's not as many. Let's talk about that. No. Anyway, we keep waiting. Like, there's always something. I get it. There's always something. And it's easy to put the responsibility out there, right? Oh, wait, somebody's talking to me. Oh, people are talking to me. I didn't even see them. I'm sorry. Sometimes this doesn't work very well. I apologize. So Michelle says, I'm a hugger and everyone in the world needs a hug, but they won't let me hug them. Baby, I'm with you, girl. Right? Like, I always tell people, you know, it's safer if we talk while we're hugging. Right? I said that to a friend the other day, and she's like, excuse me? I said, well, think about it. I'm supposed to be speaking moistly on you, right? And that's what you're afraid of. So if I'm like this, and you're like this, and we're hugging like this, we're not even talking with each other. I said, my hands are on your back. Like, when was the last time you touched your back? And she's like, oh, okay. So she let me hug her. Like, it was crazy. Like, what? I'm so contaminated, it's going to go through from my clothes onto your clothes. You know what I mean? Like, fuck people. Anyway, thanks for that, Michelle. I digress. Back to this, what are you waiting for? You know? So Michelle, like you, I'm a hugger. And I've thought logically about how to get hugs and give hugs, and that was it. You know what? We're a lot safer hugging than we are talking face to face if you're really worried about the virus. Just so you know. Because let's think about it logically. Let's talk about what they tell you it is, right? Anyway, so what are you waiting for? Are you waiting for somebody else to make the first move, right? So I watched a movie yesterday. I love. Like, I love. Okay, I'm a hardcore romantic. I'm all about, you know, crazy holiday movies and cheesy rom-coms. And anyways, so I watched one yesterday called Holiday. It's fun. It's actually quite fun. Y'all should watch it. It's on Netflix. So she was waiting, like they had this relationship, and they were waiting, you know, just like, I don't want to tell you about it because it was a good movie. Anyways, but it's really cheesy and it's really predictable. So don't think there's anything, you know, woo about it, right? It's just cheesy and predictable. But that's what I love about these kind of movies. But people are always waiting, right? And especially in those romantic comedies, we're always like, oh, I long for you, right? Oh, you know, we watch TV series. Oh, I can't have you because of this reason or that reason. Bull crap. Stop waiting, right? You don't know when your number is up, right? I told you, so the most recent person in my world that has passed, and he did pass suddenly, right? In his early 50s or mid 50s, and just heart attack overnight. And I hope he wasn't waiting for something better to show up or for this to happen or this happen before he actually lived his life. Like, people are like, are you sure you want to go to Mexico for the winter? I'm like, yes, I'm sure. I'm not waiting for, you know, the mass media to tell me my life and what I should be doing with my life, right? I will take precautions there, here, everywhere. I will do what I do. But I'm not going to sit around and wait because I'm afraid of something, because I'm not, right? And that's the biggest thing. People sit and wait because they're afraid to make a decision. And guess what? You already did. You made a decision to be afraid, you know? So if you're waiting till, oh, I can't wait till Friday and the weekend. Well, you've already decided to live in a crappy week. Do you understand that? Like, you've already made that decision to have a crappy week until Friday comes along. Oh, you know, I'm waiting for my boss to give me a raise. Well, if you think you deserve a raise, go out and earn one, right? Now, maybe you're not in a job that you can get a raise. Maybe you're in the ceiling. I met a lady the other day on LinkedIn, and, you know, she says after 3 years, this is it for my job. There is no more increase, what's that called? I don't even know, corporate America, corporate Canada. You know, room for expanding in her company. She can only go sideways. That's it. She has hit the ceiling in her company, and she can only go sideways. She can move to this department or this department. And she's like, I need to retrain or something. And she thinks she has to go back to school to have a different experience. So we had a great conversation about that. Anyway, but she's just waiting to see what happens, right? Like, it's crazy what people say I'm waiting for, you know? Yeah, I was on, I had to do a Zoom, and actually with this lady, and she was a few minutes late. She's like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, blah, blah, blah. I was having a hard time logging in. I said, no problem. I said, I wait productively. And I was on Duolingo. And I said, just give me a second because I want to finish this question. And so because I'm learning my Spanish on Duolingo. And she laughed. She's like, okay. So I finished the question. I put my Duolingo aside, and then her and I had this conversation, right? I wasn't anxious about her being late. I wasn't worried about her being late. I did send her a reminder and say, are you coming? She says, yes, I'm trying to log in. So I said, great. So I pulled out my Duolingo. And this happens. Like, people sometimes, if they're waiting for an appointment or waiting on hold or something like that, they get all whoa, up in arms and everything, right? Don't. So again, what are you waiting for? Are you waiting for that other person before you can start your life, right? No, continue with your life. So I go to the doctor's office. I know there's going to be a wait. I bring a book, right? I don't just sit there and go, geez, my appointment was at 10:15. It's now 10:17. You know, people do that. Don't be one of those people. So when you're anywhere, in your day, in your morning, like, what are you waiting for? Start living the life you want. Start having the connections with people that you want. Start saying the words that you want. Start to, you know, if you see somebody, I'm this kind of person, I'll be walking through the mall. Now, I don't do it anymore because I don't go in the malls. But I'd be like, damn, you got nice eyes. And they go, thank you. You know, I'm like, just saying. And I'd walk away, right? And I'd leave them stunned because I don't know, A, if they've ever heard they had nice eyes. Or B, if, I don't know if anyone's ever told them today they had nice eyes, or if, you know, anyone's ever complimented them. And so I feel compelled to say what I need to say, right? And I remember this one time I was in Chinook Mall, and I remember it clearly. We were upstairs, and we were looking down, we were waiting, because the girls had gone and got some Julius juices, or, I don't know, something frothy. And this little old lady walked by me, and she easily was late 80s, early 90s. But she was dressed to the nines. Like, this woman did her hair, you know, a little bit of color in her cheeks, a little bit of makeup. Clothes were impeccable. She's just booting along, right? And I looked at her, I said, excuse me. She says, yes. And I said, you are absolutely stunning. Like, absolutely stunning. And she burst into tears. And I was like, what'd I do? You know, I'm thinking, oh my God. And she says, my husband used to say that to me all the time, and he passed last month. And I was like, that was what he always said, God, you're stunning. And we sat down, and the girls had to sit too and wait for us, because now I had to talk to this lady, right? Don't wait. If you feel you want to say something, say something. If you feel you want to do something, right? Don't wait. Like, what are you waiting for? We get one chance at this life. One chance. What are you waiting for? Have a great day.